Hey, yo, it's The Building Downtown. You can follow us on social media at The Building DT. You can follow and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm your host, Jason Kelly. You can follow me at JKellyMMA. You can follow my co-host, Kirill Kasatskiy, at Apostle Raps. And you can follow my other co-host, Amy Barton, at Ames Bell. KOTD semifinals, KOTD Grand Prix semifinals went down today. We had Diz versus Saynt in the main event. And the co-main event, the only other remaining battle in the tournament was Marvwon vs. Times. We do have finalists decided, but before we get into them, let's get into this card. Main event tonight, Diz versus Saynt. In the group chat that we have going on as we're watching the battles, because none of us were together for this one, you guys didn't seem like you were overly impressed with Diz versus Saynt's victory. I know, Kirill, you thought Diz had this. What was so impressive to you guys?
I honestly, I thought because of when Marvwon.Times votes came in, when it was so one-sided, I honestly thought that Popularity is going to pull this one. Because for some reason, I thought it was a lot closer than it was. Because apparently it was a body.
I don't know if I call it a body. I think Saynt got all 3 rounds, but I've kind of been pulling for Saynt in this. After what Diz did at the face-offs, I guess after it's been explained more, it wasn't just the slap, but who knows if that's an excuse or whatever, because the only person I would say that is Diz. Definitely makes me not fucking root for you. I hate that shit in battle rap. So I wasn't trying to say too much, and when the judges came through, I was like, God damn, it was Saynt, but I don't think it was a body. Maybe a gentleman's 3-0 at the best.
Well, the first round he choked, right? Diz. So that one's kind of automatically out the window, right? I think his first round was pretty strong, actually. Diz's first.
I liked what Saynt did in the second with all that, the mask shit and all that stuff. And also, I know it was touched on, but the ARP touched on it, the way the Dizaster and Organic colliding and all that shit. Oh my God! Because anyone that has been following it for a long time knows Dizaster and Organic have had a very tumultuous relationship.
Saynt did what he was supposed to, man. Every round, one after another. You know what I mean? I think he stumbled a little bit somewhere there. I don't remember, but he did what he was supposed to. You know what I mean? I didn't expect nothing else from him. He did his thing and he did well. I don't know if Diz wasn't prepared enough, or did he really choke on that cigarette smoke, or there was a lot of explanation after it all, right? But.
And Amy, who'd you think won, or who'd you think won it? What did you think of it?
Well, first and foremost, shout out to the judges on this one. How many, 20 motherfuckers we had, give or take?
Right.
Jesus.
One thing about the judges, though, when you had who was the judges? Sorry, ARP, Nameless, Shoddy, Fresco, Eric Foreman. That's a pretty good start to a battle rap card in itself.
I mean, shout out ARP for judging. That was unexpected but dope.
He actually, I thought he did very well.
Shit, yeah, I really like that we got an explanation from him and from Eric Foreman.
And I'm rocking with the Target shirts, so no. But to answer your question, I think I'm a little surprised at you. I think you know me better than this, because generally, if I'm not chatty during a battle, that means I'm really into it. Because if I'm sitting there chatting with y'all instead of watching the shit, it's because I don't care about it. It's not very good. So there's that. I think that was Saynt easy. Again, I wouldn't call that a total body, but I don't even know why I'm about to say I was shocked to see how many people in the chat were like, oh, y'all are crazy. Diz got that easy, because I guess that's never shocking. It's something we've talked about often. But I just felt like it was Saynt's to take. I mean, look, I gulped tobacco and didn't eat today. I didn't have anything to learn from this. I don't have anything to improve on. I don't
need the money.
I don't. Look, I get in my bag about Diz because I feel like some of the shit every so often I rock with, and I'm like, oh, finally Diz is sounding like he's coherently making sense. Like, this dude is sitting here talking about people getting their feelings, and they're so attached to that, and the online shit, and Instagram and all that stuff, and that's not real. And I'm sitting there like, finally, thank you, Diz. And then he's like, I gulped tobacco when I didn't eat. Shut the fuck up. Please. Come on, dude. You're sitting there going, I lost. Thank you for saying that. But you just always got to follow it with, but none of it was my fault.
Nobody wanted me to win, so congratulations to everybody because nobody wanted me to win.
Stop.
I
Anyway.
hate that shit.
Right. I mean, like you were talking about like the drama and stuff, like the I don't like the face-off type shit that happened. I feel that way about that, about oh, nobody wanted me to win, woe is me, everybody hates me, I'm a martyr. Shit, whatever. Just who cares? And also, as far as not his decision, but was Fresco's explanation for his decision weird to anybody else?
Oh, very. And what I really didn't like about it is it shows me or tells me he came in unprepared, not knowing Saynt, because he said he really didn't understand a lot of the stuff Saynt was saying and didn't get the punchlines and shit. So that's what that tells me. That may not be the case. Maybe he did do his research, but I mean, if you're going into something with judging and you're one battle away from the 50K is on the line, this close, this deep in the tournament, I think the judges should definitely have at least some knowledge, some background on both battlers. Obviously, Fresco knows just about fucking everything for Diz, right? But
well,
I
now
think
question here about that specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I watched the battle very closely. I was doing other stuff as they were talking to everybody and waiting for the judge's decision and all that stuff. However, I did catch, I believe it was Ilmac in the chat room. Was it Ilmac? Hold up, I took a screenshot. Nah, he's talking about people hating Diz. I believe it was Ilmac. Don't quote me on this because I don't have it in front of me. But saying in the chat, did Fresco change his mind? I thought they said it was unanimous, and now Fresco's saying Diz. Is he afraid of Diz? Did they say it was unanimous before?
They
said it was unanimous.
Did they?
Did hear
Okay,
that.
I didn't catch that.
And Fresco said right away, he's like, I don't know why they said it was unanimous. And then he explained and said he voted for Diz.
Okay. I didn't catch them saying it was unanimous, so I was like, weird. Okay.
Yeah, that is strange. But I don't know if it was a mistake, just when it was announced, or what. Or I don't think he's afraid of Diz.
Oh, here I found it. Ilmac.
Whoever said that decided for them all. Just like fuck
this shit.
Let's go on.
Ilmac said, "I'm just dead at Lush saying it's unanimous. Ha ha ha. I don't know if he meant to say you think or I think because he typed UI. Think Fresco changed it to avoid Diz fallout was what he was asking.
Huh.
So I don't know. Ilmac was on fire in the chat room near the end there. That dude was saying all kinds of stuff. But.
Yeah, Diz wanting to go first. He did the same thing in the Hayes battle. Now I don't know if it's agreed upon before, or if he just says I'm going first. I don't think you should be allowed to just choose. Actually, it shouldn't even be agreed upon before, because I think that you should just think about it. That's part of the process.
Going first considered a disadvantage, right?
Yeah, so, I was gonna say.
When you say you're going first, that means you're taking it on, right? So
but should it even be allowed?
Why not? If your opponent's okay with it, fucking go for it.
Yeah, I mean, if they're all okay with it, go for it. I think it's just like so widely, air quotes here, known that nobody wants to go first.
If Saynt would have said, let's throw a coin, then yeah. But if Saynt's cool with it, I don't see a problem with it at all.
Yeah, but how many people...
Who the fuck wants to go first? Why? Especially as Dizaster. In Saynt's spot, I would have been like, you go, buddy.
Yeah, but Hayes and Saynt aren't known for flips and rebuttals and shit. Do that against Dizaster. Sharon, or do that against DNA or someone like that. So I think he's being strategic, and it's actually giving him an advantage.
Didn't work this time.
You know what else I feel like, and I'm getting really down into. I'm not going to call this petty, but just something that annoys me. That again, a lot of talk about Diz, the persona, the battle rapper. Again, I'll say it again. I say it over and over again. He's talented as fuck. He's one of the GOATs. Yeah, I'm not shitting on that. It's the rest of it. It's the antics. It's whatever. One of the things, and it's not that he's the only one that does this, but it's very noticeable when he does it. He does it in interviews as well. And he does it in face-offs, but in battles is when it drives me crazy. I hate it when he talks during other people's rounds. Like, that was a good verse. Because here's the thing. A lot of dudes, a lot of battle rappers do that. Like, they'll give props in the middle of a round. It strikes me when he does it that he's like giving props, but he's trying to like sun somebody. Like he's trying to be like, oh, okay, like he's giving like advice or guidance in the middle of someone else's round is how it always feels to me, and that drives me crazy.
Yeah, or like when he was getting in Saynt's face and like going back and forth with him and shit, like from side to side and stuff like that. You can tell it's trying to throw him off, but also make it. Like, he's trying to make it.
That's an element of battling. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah, it's just I think it's all fair. I mean, I'm not saying don't allow that or it's not fair. Diz shouldn't do. It just that's not my vibe. I don't like that at all.
I'm all for it, man. Get in his face.
Push him, stab him.
Yeah,
no knives.
Staring somebody in the eyes like that, you know what I mean? And this Saynt kept going. That's got to be intimidating as fuck, especially it's Diz, and this is Saynt's this is the biggest Saynt's battles ever, right?
Yeah,
I mean, Saynt never had a battle bigger than this, right? And then Diz stared him down like that, rocking side to side. Obviously, he was trying to throw him off, and he kept up. He didn't choke. He didn't stumble.
I think Saynt, and he kind of said this to us when we were talking to him, right? That he was not trying to get all in his feelings. And he was not trying to talk a bunch of shit. He was just trying to focus. So I don't know if it's just that or if dude has a legit poker face, but he didn't look even a little shook. Like, he did not look like he gave a flying rat fuck what Diz was saying to him at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely.
He just believes in himself, and that's good, man.
Yeah. He's had a extremely high level of confidence since the RX battle in this tournament.
It was nice to see him actually get excited, though. Like, finally to let the little stone face down. That dude was like a kid on Christmas for a minute there.
He almost dipped. Just like, I'm out.
Yeah, he said they had to come get him, tell him to come back. And you noticed too, Amy, the length of Diz's rounds were longer.
So
Did you look at anyone else's? Like,
I was gonna say that they should have since they're doing the whole I don't want to say UFC, the whole combat sport thing, right? They should have a clock there because I couldn't tell if Gage finished his first couple of rounds early or not. You know what I mean? It was close.
He definitely finished the first one.
The first one, yes. The second one, he finished it so abruptly, I couldn't tell. Was it 2 seconds left? Was it 15 seconds left? You know what I mean? Because that could decide a lot. I don't want to sit there and time every battle. It would be nice to have a clock. It would be nice to have a clock on the screen. You know what I mean?
So to answer your question, the only reason, honestly, that I timed that and sent that to you was because I was just dead when Diz was there asking about somebody else's round going long. So as it turned out, like, that was their third round. So I wish I'd have had the foresight to time them all to begin with, just to see how they went. But of the third rounds, Diz's was longer, but only by like 6 seconds. They let Saynt go 3.5 minutes, damn near, as well. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I wish I'd have timed the first 4 rounds, or the 2 from each of them to see how it went. But I only did that because I was like, did Diz really just ask if they're letting somebody else go over? Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, at this point, I'm not mad at 30 seconds, especially if both of them did it.
I mean, aren't they 2-minute rounds? Did I dream
2
that?
2 minute.
Yeah.
Oh. 1:30 over.
Yeah.
Another round.
I'm thinking 3 minutes. My bad.
Yeah, that's why I was like, damn, dude. So, and then again, like, maybe they just let Saynt go that long because Diz went that long in his third. I don't know. Like I said, one day, maybe we'll get to watch all these back and we can, dive into the nitpicking of time and look at it. But definitely the thirds were long. I could have listened to 3 more rounds, to be honest with it, so it's fine. That was no 2-minute rounds there.
Yep. So Saynt, congratulations to him, moving on to the finals. And to decide the other winner, we got Times versus Marv. Times up first. And the first thing that me and Amy noticed anyways was what, Amy?
Times came out slow, and it was dope. And the thing is that I laughed about afterwards, matter of fact, not only did he do that and then called it out himself immediately, he did that all 3 rounds, and I kind of liked that. I mean, like I said to him, I like him. I like listening to him. I am not shitting on him for speaking so quickly. I just think it's probably a disadvantage for people that can't keep up listening to it. So I liked it either way, but I kind of was like, I even took some screenshots of the chat because I was laughing at how many people were like, yo, Times is so good when he slows down. Holy shit, that was dope for like all 3 rounds. And I was just like, see, I'm just saying.
He took your advice.
Making stars.
That's what we do. Yeah, well, it didn't work out, but no, but it was good. And you know what? Like, I think
The advice was good. The advice worked out.
yeah, well, not in the end. But anyway, no, about the battle itself though, beyond that, I mean, how y'all feel about the decision, the whole shit?
I thought Marv got it. I thought Marv got the first and third, and I thought
Yeah.
Times got the second. I thought that was pretty clear. Fucking, there was nothing like no huge haymakers in that I found. Nothing that nobody just stood out real big. Like the battle we was talking about, the Saynt did the organic and Diz colliding fucking shit. Like nothing like that. Obviously, it's not going to be a huge reaction with no crowd there, but you could tell even with the 15 or 20 people that are there, sometimes they do explode, and there was nothing like that in the battle. But it was still an entertaining battle. It wasn't shit on either end. I want to see more Times.
I think
But
Times. I think Times fucked up with his first. I think he was too much concentrated on the fat jokes. And one of the judges even said that Marv came in a beast sweater. You know what I mean? He's ready for that shit. And the whole first round of Times was concentrated on that pretty much. It was all built on fat jokes. But the second and third, he killed it. If his first would have been better with that stumble that Marv had, he might have pulled it off.
yeah, and Marv too is just such a fucking veteran. Like there was a couple times where it's like, oh no, is he gonna stumble here? Is he gonna
Oh man,
pull out choke?
he went back on a bar fucking
Uh,
good
uh,
10 times.
yeah, but yeah, he
Different
still
bars, but you
kept
know
it
what I mean.
moving and got his material off and pulled out the victory in the end, and that's just veteran shit right
I
there.
was worried because you told me that he's notorious for fucking up when it comes to something important.
Yeah, I was saying to you, he even talks about how he fucked up the label deals and everything, and the deals were shady and everything else in the Pat battle.
So that's what I
Uh,
was worried about. I was just like, oh, please don't do this. Don't fucking stop completely. You know what I
mhm.
mean? But he pulled it off and he actually won. Jesus.
Yeah, he spoke many times about fucking up the biggest opportunities he gets. And that was a concern because from the start, it's like, well, he's a veteran. Him, Thesaurus, Diz, the guys like that from when the battles were first announced for the brackets, those are the guys I figured what could possibly go deep because they've been around for so long. They've been in tournaments, they know how to move in tournaments. But that was a concern for Marv for damn sure if history repeats itself. And who knows, there's one more battle left. It's not like I'm fucking, I'm not trying to say I'm cheering for
Yo,
Marv to
so
choke, but
well, let's
fuck,
hope not. Fuck.
be a damn shame. Oh, it'd be such a shame for everyone.
But so now it's Marvin Saint, right?
Marvin Saynt in the finals.
What happens to Diz and Times? They should battle for the third.
That's
You know
something.
what? Wait, can I just say real quick? When we got to this event, like not prior to this, we've talked about so many different matchups, but as of today, I wanted the final to be Times and Saints so bad.
You want it to be who? Sorry,
Times and Saints.
Times and Saynt.
Yeah.
Yo, Diz already got a round for Times. They should battle each other.
Yeah, that's true.
On the undercard, that would be nice.
That's
that would
true.
be dope as fuck. They're already in Cali.
That'd be something cool, actually, if they brought. I mean, it'd be an expensive card to put together. If they put, a lot of the battlers who are in the tournament on the final card, on the undercard, that'd be dope as shit. But
maybe they will.
You're gonna have to be flying people out from all over the fucking place.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of hemorrhoid.
Yeah, a lot of money. It'd be sick though. Plus, I hope they can find it in the budget to bring Ock out to the finals. We need Ock back. Not that anything gets lost or anyone else hosted it, but the people love Ock.
I mean, if we're making requests for who they have to bring up for the final, I think you also have to throw Direct, Pen, and Nameless in there as well.
That goes without saying.
Fuck, we should come too then. Jesus.
So yeah, the undercard of this one though, we had Reverse Live versus Dubb to Feenom.
I think Live got that all day. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and he did end up winning. I found Dubb to Feenom was a louder, more aggressive loose cipher, basically. And he also showed that the spirit of Ice-T remains well and alive, or the presence of Ice-T in this tournament with the fucking cop-out, like Finn Tutuola line. That was right. He got a little crowd reaction, and I was like, Ice-T, keeping it alive. Good for you. But, yeah, nothing really stood out huge. Reverse Live was Reverse Live. Nothing, I don't want to say no growth from him. He's still holding it down solid like he did. But one thing about Reverse Live, like always, Whenever I see that fucking guy, it just makes me miss Dirtbag Dan. I want to see Dirtbag Dan back in there.
Dirtbag Dan. Aw.
But
Yeah.
overall, decent battle.
Also, wait, Joey Gambello also said that he smoked and drank too many cigarettes, and the third wasn't his. What's with all the smoking shit today? Was he did he fuck up his? Was it his fault?
What's going on?
Oh, right. Joey smoked Dizaster.
That's fucking hilarious.
It was just like, those were the weirdest things. Like, between that and Fresco's explanation and Diz being like a gulp tobacco, like, I just kept sitting here looking like the conceited gif and then the confused guy gif, like, all put together. I had no idea what was happening. But also, can we go back and say that, like, we talked earlier on that, you know, Gage was underrated and whatnot, and then, you know, we talked a lot about how laid back and chill he was, and that he's not always, but that he had been, especially with Marv. And I was much happier to see the Gage tonight that we saw, that we didn't see with Marv. But
yo, some of the rhyme patterns that he was bringing were fucking insane.
Yeah,
I can tell you that from writing. Like, some of the shit that he spit today was insane.
Yeah, I didn't tune in till later in that battle, so I missed most of it.
I don't do the write down shit and all that. I don't remember the bars, but I remember that some of them were just intense. I think I remember his second round where he was, first one I think he finished short, and in the second round he had some very dope shit in there.
Yeah, I think when we get a chance to watch these back, Jason, that you're gonna watch that and probably not be blown away, but be like, oh, okay, Gage, all right.
There's Times had some shit like basketball bars in one of his rounds, and you know when we had Ron Fraser on, he was saying that he watches battle rap. He was, I have to go back and check those out. Well, you can't, Ron, at least not yet. But the whole fucking, he's talking about Allen Iverson and Off the Block 32, like Shaquille O'Neal, and something about Jermaine O'Neal with the Malice at the Palace and shit. And I was like, this is the one. When they battle, when we can watch the battles back, this is the one I'm going to send Marv right here. Or Marv, sorry, Ron.
I was like, Marv was there, bro.
No, Ron Fraser.
Yeah, no shit, right?
But yeah, there was.
Oh, so you weren't so hype about Shoddy judging today? I mean, obviously it's good to see, but
yeah, that was great.
Come on,
I'm always happy to see.
It was so much better last time.
Oh fuck, because he had the best description ever, or analysis or whatever. I forget what it was, but it started with something like him just saying, "Nope, fucking nope, get that out of here." He's gonna fight Avo and Organic when he sees them for making him watch such fucking trash. And I forget who the battle was and everything, but that was way funnier.
Yeah, totally. That was one of the undercard battles, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was possibly the guy who choked. This is battle rap. This is battle rap. And that's all you said for like 8 seconds, and then it was like time.
That's still funny as fuck.
Oh, I can't even remember who that was. I remember watching that and being like, I'll never forget that guy's name just because of this. And ever since that moment, I don't remember who it was.
It's good. Let's not remember his name, but the moment was funny.
Poor guy.
I think he's going to try to get away as far as he can from that one.
So
one event left, Marv versus Saynt, the finals. Are you guys bold enough to make predictions?
No, I'm not, because of what I said on Twitter, and I stand by what I said on Twitter, which is because somebody already asked me this on Twitter, and my opinion is if Marv is 100% clean, no stumbles, no chokes, a nice mix of angles and the haymakers he throws, he's really hard to beat. But one slip and it's Saynt's to take. I mean, Saynt just beat Diz too, so he's got that momentum coming, and Marv's got momentum, but Marv's also Marv. Saynt's not. So I feel like I don't think I would have ever thought before today, saying I couldn't even begin to guess. I can't tell you. It seems pretty even, but Saynt's been on fire, and he really is talented. I think I love a lot of people, especially on Twitch, who maybe don't know who Saynt is either, or haven't been watching him, haven't watched any interviews, haven't followed him, haven't whatever, don't really think that he's got much depth. I think tonight some of them were like, holy shit, with the Phoenician bit, there were some like jaw drops there, but I think he's got a little more depth than people give him credit for. And Marv obviously is Marv, so I don't know, man. That's a stylistically kind of weird one. Not in a good or bad way for either of them, but I just think that Marv's been on a roll. Saynt obviously has been too, and I think if there's a fan vote to it, Marv's going to take it if it's close, and that's that. But if he slips a little bit, like today even, I think Saynt's got it.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't get. I hope Saynt doesn't get into his head. You know what I mean? I hope he still gets. He still works as hard as he did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I wonder how familiar he is with Marv, because him and Severe coming into this tournament, they were not newcomers by any means. Guys that have on a roll, making a name for themselves, but not the vets like a Marv. And throughout this tournament, he had two people from the West who he's obviously familiar with. The one guy's active, who's part of the Death Certificate and YT. No, he's not YTG. Sorry, I don't think he is, anyways. But so it's like he came up with, under active in a sense. He even talked about it on the show and some of the people he rapped with coming up, and then RX, who's like his sister. So I wonder how familiar he is with Marv, or if he has to spend more time doing research and less time writing, because he talked also when we had him on about his writing process, and he said how much he rewrites shit. So with people like that, he knows already so much about them. I wonder how much of this he's going to have to go back, look over, also not use shit and angles that's been used too many times on Marv that, is played out.
I mean, I don't know. I think that Saynt probably. I don't think we see Saynt try to go too deep on Marv with personals. Be honest with you.
How is he going to win?
I don't know, but like I just see it being like, oh, I'm going to talk about your brother. I'm going to talk about your old battles. I'm going to talk about and that Marv's going to be like, oh, you want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. I've been doing this since before you were born. It doesn't matter what I did.
Marv just used that angle on times.
Right, and I think he'll use it again. He's been using that veteran angle. Yeah, man. That's not new for Marv.
I thought Diz was going to do that against Saynt. I'm a West Coast king. You're fucking nothing. I thought
he was trying to pull something like
rounds. That. Yeah, I thought that's what he was going to do for 3 rounds. Talk about what he's done, how he's paved the way there. He's fucking, been there since day one and all that shit. But there was none of it. I'm very surprised.
There was some of it.
I like, now you have me questioning that, because I feel like there was a bit of like him talking about Saynt coming up.
I feel like there was a lot.
Yeah.
No, I didn't find a lot.
Yeah, man. Fuck, too bad we can't watch this. Fuck you, been watching.
I mean, not like Marv level shit for sure. Like Marv will talk that shit for 2 full rounds out of 3. But I don't know. I just feel like that's such a given. Like much like I think Saynt is not going to be like, "Hey Marv, you're fat. Hey Marv, you're fat." I just don't think that there's a whole lot of sense to be made in Saynt going too far. I mean, like writing some dope shit, like, his whatever wording, how he writes it would be more important than him going with personals, just because, especially with somebody who's been around as long as Marv, who everybody knows so much about, who so many people have battled. What personals are you going to use? I mean, how many times are we going to talk about these personals that are used over and over again against a number of people being so played out and boring? Kirill just said it 10 minutes ago about the first round tonight. So what's Saynt gonna say?
Mm-hmm. Who should the judges be?
Everybody.
Me. Dude, I don't.
They should have 11 this time.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's for real what's happening though. Like, have you noticed that the closer to the end we've gotten, the more judges they've been adding?
But that's kind of a good thing though. As long as it's an odd amount of number. I mean, as long as it's an odd number and as long as it's credible people. Yeah, it doesn't, yeah. You know what I mean? At this point it's needed, so there's less of a discussion of, you know what I mean? Because these are credible people, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. What do we want? A full fucking jury, though?
I don't know about a full jury, but y'all, I've seen 7-9 people judge finals easily.
Yeah. I mean, look, I feel like tonight, was a good example of. It may not have been what everybody in the chat room wanted to see happen, but it felt like it was right. All 4 of them, and so hey, Bring them back. And secondarily, like, it was so dope seeing Nameless, right? We've talked about this many times. But I thought it was interesting that they didn't even bring him in until the last 2 battles. They didn't even fuck with him for the for the non-tournament battles. They were like, wait, it doesn't matter.
Maybe he said that he didn't want to. He just wanted to judge the important ones, right?
I don't know.
That's a thing that happens all the time back home too in the events that I was talking about. The more credible people that have less time to either working or whatever, right? They judge only they judge finals and quarterfinals in the actual tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think for the next one, though, to answer your question, Jason, obviously this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway, is, you just got to really do your due diligence on this one to not be getting, big name, super well connected in the trenches with these people, West Coast or Detroit guys. And that's it. Because it doesn't matter what happens in the battle if any of these people judging or even in half-ass related to any of these people in any way, it's going to be the biggest bullshit drama to ever have happened at the end of a tournament. So as long as it's not somebody West Coast, not somebody Detroit, I don't give a shit who it is, as long as they're, qualified to be judging.
When Frack started talking on the stream, I wasn't looking at the screen at the time, so I hear his voice, and I was like, no fucking way he's judging the Dizaster battle. And I was like, there's no fucking way Frack can be judging a Dizaster battle. So I was like, oh, he's just talking. All right. Yeah, so I know what you mean. I agree with what you're saying, but that makes it even harder.
I mean, but not impossible.
Someone like Shoddy Horror or
Right.
Nameless,
Right.
they're not even from the same country. Not that necessarily matters, but and they have other shit going on. They're not deep into this shit.
Right.
And I think
people
that
people like that have a name and a certain reputation. I don't see Nameless or Shady being biased. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
I think those people would judge it proper no matter what happened. Just
somebody get Shuffle T in here.
yes, exactly. Something like that. I don't know how good of a judge he is, but if he is someone like that, yes, it's going to be difficult not getting judges from the West. Well, I mean, anyone who's not online, but people in-house, anyone who's not from the West, you're going to have to fly them out. So
most of these people been online the whole last part of the tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben Swayze's been noticeably absent.
I know. I wonder why that is.
I was curious tonight because he was definitely in the chat room on Twitch. So he was, I don't know.
Yeah, he's still doing the Rewind show, or whatever it's called. I think it's called Rewind.
Oh, also, as far as the judges and people being in the chat room, I was so irritated that they cut off Nameless to let Diz start talking to do his interview. In general, but also because Nameless was in the chat room on Twitch. I keep saying chat room like I'm 900 years old. He was on chat, like talking. Who was he talking to? Somebody had agreed with Fresco's assessment of this battle, and Nameless was in there like, nah, man, no. And when they get to me, I'm gonna explain my reasoning, but like, no, I couldn't disagree with you more. So I was sitting here waiting, like, all right, I want to hear him run this down, and then gone. Here comes Diz.
Yeah, so that's next Sunday. What is the date next Sunday? God, I come prepared.
Next Sunday's that other card, bro.
What's that?
Next Sunday's that other card, isn't it? That other event. Isn't it Geechee?
On the 20th?
Yeah, that's next Sunday on Twitch.
As well as the finals, correct?
No, the finals are the next week.
On the 27th?
Yeah.
All right. They really need to update brackets because depending on what you're looking at, there's different dates on all of them.
So you know what? Last week, when you hadn't seen the battles, and I was like, no, they keep saying, they were saying the 20th. They were saying the 20th on a stream. I'm curious if they knew but hadn't announced yet that they were going to broadcast that other event on the 20th, and that's why Lush was saying the 20th. It was going to be live battles.
Yeah.
Because this one was obviously not ever going to be up to the 20th.
Fuck. Well, it's nice to see they're as organized as we are, and I don't feel as bad. But anyway, we'll have a lot of that gives us 2 weeks, but also Christmas. I don't know how much Christmas is going to get away from me. I know not all
Christmas.
for Krill. But
well, I mean,
yes,
it's not on Christmas, so fuck it.
Either way, I guess we'll have to fucking really ramp it up now with some KOTD coverage going into this. Get some awesome guests on, so we're ready for this thing pops off. And then we have one more recap show. And then we're back to sad until the next KOTD tournament.
Oh.
All right, for Amy Barton, Kirill Kasatskiy, I'm Jay Kelly. This is The Building Downtown. We out. Peace.
Peace out.
Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown.